What's up, everyone? DKRACK here, about to react to another video for you guys. And as you guys probably notice, the camera probably looks a little different and it's a little different angle and stuff, guys. But my camera that I was using, it was just bad quality. It was going blurry a lot. So now I'm using my Galaxy phone. The quality on this phone actually seems to be quite a bit better and clearer than my other camera that I was using. So I'm just going to start using or recording my videos with my phone here until I get a better camera. But we're about to check out 3 true house-sitting horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. Brand new video by Mr. Nightmare. He does horror stories and stuff like that. So like always, guys, I'll link to the original video down below. Let's go ahead and check it out. House-sitting horror stories.
A couple weeks ago, my dad came home and pitched me a small job offer. One of his coworkers was going away for a few days and needed somebody he could trust to watch over his house. The reason my dad pitched this to me was because the man's house has a big
It's always got to be
CCTV
some
system,
creepy ass house.
basically a camera in every room, and then an operating desk where all screens could be watched on a big monitor. And I'm a computer science major, so my dad just always assumes that I know how to work anything technological. The man told my dad that he'd pay me $200 for the 2 days just to watch the house.
Damn, I'd do it.
That meant. My dad drove me to the house and introduced me to the man, whose name doesn't matter. The man made it seem like he preferred I stay in the upstairs room with the monitors as opposed to roaming the house all day. That was fine with me, though. So when I wasn't eating, I was mostly just sitting in that room.
Seems a little suspicious, though.
Doing schoolwork on my laptop. Ironically, the thing I was doing the least was keeping an eye on the monitors.
Probably gonna be like some people trying to rob the house.
In the house I should sleep, since surprisingly we hadn't discussed that. So I sat back down at the desk and looked at all the different rooms on the screens to see which rooms had beds or couches. I noticed something I wasn't expecting to notice, though. The back screen door was open downstairs. I didn't remember it being open. I looked through each and every camera screen in a panic. In the living room, a closet door was open. This one I knew wasn't open.
Oh crap, someone's in the house.
I texted my dad to call the man and ask him if he came back home. Meanwhile, I continued watching the screen. On the grainy, dark image, a tall person who resembled only a black shadow on the screen stepped out from the closet.
A black shadow?
I pulled my arms off the desk as I covered my mouth with my hands in shock. As I did this, however, my left elbow pulled some heavy object from the desk onto the floor, creating a big thud. The person in the image very clearly moved their head up to the ceiling as a response to the noise.
Oh, great. Now your ass is going to be killed.
Slowly, step by step. Meanwhile, I got a text back from my dad saying, "No, he's not. I just spoke to him half an hour ago. Why?" I got so caught up in my phone texting my dad to send help that I didn't even pay attention to the monitor. There was a knock at the door. I looked at it and then the screens. The first screen I laid my eyes on was the one showing the person outside the door to the room I was in. When I remembered that door had no lock, the only thing I could think to do was jump out the window into the bushes below. I ran halfway down the block and then stopped when my dad called me. I had him call his friend and ask him if he was expecting somebody in the house. The man said he had no relatives.
There's probably someone just trying to rob and steal crap.
His home. So he called the cops and had them review the footage. I got to watch all of it, and it showed everything. From the moment the intruder broke the glass to the backyard door, to the moment I jumped out the window and him running away shortly after. The intruder was never found. The footage was just too dark to identify his face.
So the guy's probably out there freaking robbing and breaking into other people's houses now too.
One day I agreed to house sit for a friend just for the night. He and his family were going on a short vacation and needed somebody to watch their pets and house. I agreed to do it for a small amount of money. I'd been to his house many times before, so I was familiar with the layout. Nothing eventful happened at all the entire day. I just fed the 2 cats, the fish, and the birds. I went to sleep on the couch in the sunroom because it was my favorite room in their house. It was a tiny room surrounded by windows with a big TV mounted on the wall. I fell asleep with the TV on, but I woke up not long after. I turned it off, and now the room was dark. I tried to go back to sleep, but I thought I heard the sound of the PVC gate closing outside. I thought it might have just been the wind. The room had windows surrounding it in 3 directions, so I was basically looking around in a circle out into the darkness. I sat back down on the couch when I calmed down, but I heard a leaf crunching outside. That's when I knew someone was out there.
It's currently 11:03 p.m. here.
I took another look outside. There was literally somebody pressed up against the glass to the window behind the couch.
Get away from... Oh.
They were looking in, but I didn't know if they could see me or not.
They're creeping on you looking in?
To fuck off. I'm not a big dude, but whoever this guy was appeared to be, so I wasn't going out there. Shockingly, this didn't scare the person away. In fact, they walked over to the back door and tried the doorknob. I ran to get the phone, and then I yelled into the sunroom, "I'm calling
I would
the
always
police."
have a gun or a knife or
Thankfully,
something if I was house-sitting someone's house.
I didn't actually call the cops, though. Instead, I texted my friend just to let him know of an almost break-in. I slept through the night in an upstairs bedroom, locked. The next morning, my friend's family returned to find all of the tires on their sedan that was left behind had been slashed. He speculated that
what a
somebody
sore
who headed
loser
out for their family and
couldn't break in the house,
so
he
had some kind
slashes
of
the
plan
tires.
to break in. But when that failed, they settled for this. That's just speculation, but still, it's the least
I agree.
terrifying
That's probably
explanation
what
to me.
happened. I feel paranoid being out here alone.
When I was in college, I used to work as a babysitter on the side to make a little extra cash. One day I saw an ad posted in the library that was requesting a house sitter for the weekend and to inquire through phone. I was used to babysitting, but house sitting sounded even better, same thing minus taking care of kids. So I called the number as soon as I got home.
Yeah, a
and
house
spoke
can't
with a
run
guy
away
named
or
Chuck.
get in trouble.
I met him that Friday and he showed me around the house. He and his wife eventually went on their way and I was left alone in the house. I was given one of the spare upstairs bedrooms. I say one of because there were a few. The house was huge. Nothing out of the ordinary was going on at all for the whole day. It was quite uneventful, and I felt like I was missing out on going out since it was a Friday night. But I kept reminding myself
you're
that I'd
getting
be making
paid.
$200 for the whole weekend.
Damn, I'm making easy $200.
Later in the night, I kind of just laid in the guest bed that I'd be sleeping in and watched a movie on demand. I wondered why this couple felt the need to hire somebody to watch their house for the whole weekend. There weren't any pets or anything.
Yeah, why not lock it up? That is a little...
It was a very, very nice house. So it seemed the most obvious that they just wanted a sense of security for their house while they were gone. By the time I turned off the TV, I was shot and probably minutes away from falling asleep. But the slight sound of a click, along with a sudden glow in the room, woke me completely.
Glow?
I opened my eyes.
It's like a freaking flashlight
from under the crack of a door. It took me a second to realize that it was a closet door. I flipped on my side as
someone's in the closet?
200 beats a minute. I pulled the sheets up to my chin and pretended to be asleep. I was certain someone was in that closet, and I was simply too afraid to get out of that bed.
Oh, hell no!
Words can't describe my fear in that bed, or how with each passing minute I felt more and more like I could possibly die. The closet door opened, I could hear it, but I could not see it as I was facing the opposite way. I closed my eyes and tried my best not to move. The room went dark again as I heard another click, a bit louder this time. The closet door quietly closed in the background, but I didn't hear anything else. I was afraid
is it like a freaking ghost?
Closet. I didn't know what to do because they had to have seen me and I didn't want to run for it in fear of being chased. The room was dead silent as I was thinking over my next course of action.
Or maybe someone doesn't know he's there.
I decided to just peek over to the other side and make sure the coast was clear. I flipped on my other side. Someone was standing right next to the bed, with their hand reaching towards me.
Oh!
My reaction, I pulled my arms up towards me, balled up, and backed up onto the wall in shock.
Hell no!
The person stood there showing no signs of leaving. I hopped over the metal bar at the end of the bed.
Who the
ran
hell
through the
is
door,
it? Just
down the
some
stairs,
random
and then out the front
person?
door. I ran all the way home, let myself in, called Chuck, and explained. I told him it was his problem now and hung up. He tried calling back, but I didn't answer. Maybe there was some story to be told, like they knew this person, or they frequently dealt with break-ins and that's why they needed me. I didn't care though.
Yeah, my ass would be out of there.
I just didn't want to speak to that Chuck guy ever again, or see that house ever again.
Hell no! Alright guys, there was 3 true house-sitting horror stories by Mr. Nightmare. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, make sure and smack the like button and subscribe if you're new. If you have another video you want me to check out, comment down below and maybe I'll check it out. And let me know, guys, if you think this camera quality seems a little better. I think it seems better. It doesn't seem to go blurry and crap all the time. Just let me know, guys. But until next time, peace.